how much of an issue is the influence of like toxic masculinity? They love that term. People like Andrew Tate, people who try to train young men to blah, 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 and then give them their money, basically. Believe crazy things, believe that you're naturally superior because you're a man, treat women horribly, whatever the dressing is, and then give me your money. That's what they do. How many young people actually believe that? It's a big problem. We've heard from teachers saying that young boys in their classes listen to these sorts of people. Well, here is some actual polling. And they find that just 1 in 5 young people have a positive view of Tate. Now, is that low? Is that high? I'll leave that to you to decide. It still seems too high for me. But what's interesting is that when you break it down beyond just that, you get some interesting stuff. So when you break down respondents by race, 41% of young Black respondents have a positive view of Tate, 31% of Asian respondents, 15% of white respondents. That is very much not what I would have guessed, JR. What do you make of that?
I'm amazed by that. I don't know. I've asked my kid about this because that's how I keep up with the churn. And I was like, yeah, I heard him talk about Andrew Tate, and he says people talk about him in schools. Primarily the boys do. I'm sure the breakdown is probably that way as well, as far as between boys and girls. But as far as young folks, they do talk about him a lot, and he has. I'm not thinking about it. The closest of his friends is a few Black kids and Latino kids, but then like they're always talking about it, and not with the effect of, yo, this guy is insane. This guy is dangerous. This guy's done this, he's done that. He should be a pariah in our society. So there's this, I feel like they do it as a joke. Like they joke about him positively because people live on the internet now and it's all memes and stuff. So everything they know about him is based off of some kind of wild, generally which they would take as a positive thing because it's funny and someone twisted what he said or played a piece of it. No, that was a funny line he said without the context of who he is and what it is that he's allegedly being involved with.
Yeah, that's possible, definitely possible. The overall number, I'm not super surprised. I mean, 32% of young men and 9% of young women. So it's very much split, in terms of gender identity. And then we're talking about young people. And look, it is designed to appeal to the youngest possible boys. Like, think about like a 12-year-old boy, how desperately he wants to believe that he is naturally, through no fault or effort of his own, better than other people for a variety of reasons. This is the sort of group for whom the catchphrase "boys rule and girls drool" might be persuasive. So give them effectively just a bunch of that on TikTok. Andrew Tate is no more philosophically complex than that. It is designed to appeal to people because it tells them they're better. That's what all of these grifters do. It's why they use misogyny and homophobia and racism and all of that, because it's telling the audience you're already better. You don't have to do anything. In fact, you're being held back. You're automatically superior. It's no wonder that it's going to be appealing to some people. That's the whole point. And once you lull them into a sense of false superiority, they'll open up their wallet and give you their cash. Now, when you break it down by sexual orientation, nearly a quarter of heterosexual young people have a positive view of them. Just 5% of LGBTQ individuals. That's perhaps not super surprising. But anyway, yeah, I don't know really what I expected. I guess I'm glad to hear that it's just 20%, considering how big platforms like TikTok are, especially for young people. I would imagine that he's reached, like a while back, the high point of whatever his influence is. All of the obvious crimes that he's committed are probably gonna hurt his influence going forward. But any other thoughts, Jayar?
I wonder though, is there some cutoff with the young people's approach here? Like maybe 11 to 15 is the positive view, but then once teenagers start getting more of an awareness of the world and what is it he's been about, that's when maybe it tapers off. Because again, Donald Trump has populated with people who don't really know his policies or things that he's done and said in the past during his presidency. They just go, he made that funny joke at that one event in Iowa, and I didn't hear anything else he said, but it was a meme across the internet. People come up with their opinions and appeals about certain folks based off of what they thought he said and was funny. Donald Trump talks trash. Oh, it's so funny. Who cares about policies? I'm 13 years old. I have no clue what we're talking about. But he's funny, so they like him. So I guess there's a concern, but as long as you still understand why these young folks like someone, maybe it could be seen as, oh, I like Tom and Jerry. I also like Donald Trump and Andrew Tate. And eventually, when you're 18, you go, yeah, I'm tired of watching Tom and Jerry. I've seen it over and over again.
Yeah, and you probably just need a few active years of being, an older teen or in your early 20s of realizing that this advice is never going to help you attract women because it's not designed to. It's designed to make you dependent on Andrew Tate and other men like him. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.